wow, that movement up into that note. I just want to go and have a look at that.
Sound check.
Well, g'day there. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan. Today we, once again, are looking at Epica, Beyond the Matrix, lead vocals Simone Simons. I've been corrected in the way I'm pronouncing her name, and I don't even know if I just pronounced it correctly. No disrespect meant for this Aussie pronouncing names incorrectly. I do butcher names that I'm not familiar with, and I apologise. That's not my intention. Is not to be disrespectful. It's all on me. Nonetheless, names aside, we've come to appreciate Simone to a very deep level. She is amazing. Epica. If you've been watching my channel for long enough now, you know how much I enjoy symphonic metal. I think it's I've been thinking about this the last few months. Why? It harkens back to childhood. I listened to a lot of heavy rock, not really like, getting into really, death metal or anything like that. But back in the 80s, I listened to a lot of rock. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the complexity of the arrangements. There's something about it that I love. I really do. When I think about Nightwish and bands like Epica, I just wow, amazing. And fronted by amazing singers, and that's what we're going to listen to it again today. This is a rather long performance. It's about 9-10 minutes. What we're going to do today, and this is something I'm starting to do, you've been encouraging me to do this for quite some time, and I've since figured out how I can. We are going to be analysing two performances together. Now, what I'm ideally wanting to do as we go forward is find fan cam videos, people taking video footage of a released version of the performance, if it's a live gig, and analyze them and contextualize what has happened in post. And mostly when we look at that, we'll be looking at things like pitch. I went looking for that in this instance. This performance is Beyond the Matrix, which is live at the Symphonic Synergy performance. But the recorded version of the show was done on the 20th of September 24, if my research serves. The fan video that I was able to find is of the night before, the 19th. So we do know that even though I'm going to show you these, and it's going to prove some things regarding this performance, we do know that they were done on different nights. So we will not be comparing apples with apples. It's not apples with oranges, but it's not, they're not exactly the same performance. And so we need to have that in thought as we go. We're going to get to that later because that's not going to be the holus bolus of our review. There is so much more going on here than pitch accuracy. And me here at Voice Essentials, when we do our analysis videos, pitch accuracy is only one point amongst many others. Tone, performance, resonance, dynamics, so many other factors that go into great singing outside of pitch accuracy. And so we're going to talk about all of those. Let's dive in and have a listen to Simone. Oh dear.
The dark moet eraf. The groove has to go off. It's Dutch style. Alright, Amsterdam, the party is still on, so show me what you got!
It's massive. It's so cool. Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful.
Live in this moment like there is no past. All that matters is to be who you are. Be in this moment. Judgments will not last. Urge yourself again to climb back you.
Oh. The way she just floats the voice. There's just such a lovely control of her airflow. To be able to sit the voice like that, there has to be, when we often when as singers we think of breath support, we think of this sort of lift. But when the voice is sitting this high, we want to have enough consistent air. Think of it like a feather that's just sitting and floating, because there's just enough updraft to go against the action of gravity, and it keeps that feather just lightly in the air. That's what we hear here, is she just floats the voice. It's such a beautiful management of air as much as it is a management of her registration, and so pure, so gorgeous in its tone. Oh,
Take a leap into that eye.
there it is again.
Dare to dive and fall. The point of no return restrains us. Shine through the sky beyond the matrix.
I love, so I've just talked about how she's floating that, right? And then she has to move with the dynamic of the piece, which is just building a little, and she just builds a little bit more body into the general resonance. So just builds a little bit more weight into the tone. That's requiring just that little bit extra weight in the vocal folds themselves. And that's being brought about by just the tiniest increase in subglottal pressure. Just the smallest amount. You know, sometimes we think about what separates the good singers from the great singers, and it's these little fine adjustments. That's what separates them. And Simone's, she stands out there as a separated singer. She's so good.
What it's like to reach divinity. Aim at the sky, open your mind, then you will be balanced and free. Be the master over your own energy. Shake off oiled feathers, leave your past behind. Use your inner force to reach out yourself. When there's no future, you can be occupied by non-essential ways that brings up no past.
Her core tone through that is just, it's just outstanding. Like, it's just so good. Where are we up to? 3 minutes 40. So it's going to bring us up here. Let's just have a look at the resonance and the way she works that core tone, that the way the tone just without going into a yell, like she's not forcing the sound. Let's have a look at why.
When there's no future, you can be occupied by non-essential ways that roots of the past.
Have a look at that section there. If we look at just how strong that second harmonic is, the actual note she's singing is the B4. Yeah, but look at how strong this second harmonic is, and that's what gives her the cut through. And you can see, look at to the right, that H2. Look at how strong that is, and it's just cutting through, and it's just lovely. And we get this fullness of tone. If we continue on,
Recreate your heart.
look at how strong her harmonics are, all the way up into that 5,000. The resonance reputation here is limited by stem separation. We're not actually, having the original stem here. This is a stem separated using Moise's version, but it gives us insight. It gives us some detail to appreciate what the voice is doing.
Dare to dive and fall, a point of no return, streams us shine.
I just love her voice. I just love her voice.
Recreate your heart. Dare to dive and fall, a point of no return.
Oh, I got captivated by the double kick there. I want to listen to that again just because it's so cool and so bang on.
By non-essential ways that roots of the past. Recreate your
Here it comes. Now, oh, I love. Can I listen? Do you know what makes the double kick really stand out? Is how everything over the top of it is still just continuing at pace. Like nothing else has gone into double time, but you've got this underlying grrrr of the double kick, and yet everything else has just got this lovely flow to it, including Simone's voice. Just, oh. Such good arrangement. Wow. For halftime. Okay, now's probably a good time to jump over to pitch accuracy and have a look at that. Before we do, here at Voice Essentials, whenever we look at pitch accuracy, we are not a channel that is seeking to create a gotcha moment. I personally have no issue with the use of pitch tuning software when applied in a artistic and transparent manner. I think it can be a wonderful tool. And so when we look at it, we're all about, here at Voice Essentials, we're all about learning to sing. We therefore are creating context. Yeah? Sometimes, and here's a spoiler alert, sometimes what we learn is there's been virtually nothing done to the pitch of the original in post, and the singer's just really darn good at what they do. I think that's what we're about to observe here. Sometimes we do find that, hey, there are traces, evidence, breadcrumbs of pitch accuracy tuning that then give us the context, okay, then my expectations of me as a singer in seeking to be pitch perfect are maybe not, necessary. Let's dive in. Let's have a look at what we can observe of Simone's voice here. And so what I've got is I've aligned to the, because they're two different nights. The fan video is of the first night, and the recorded video, which we've just been watching, is recorded on the second night. This is the recorded version, the second night.
Live in this moment like there is no past. All that matters is to be who you are.
So when I look at that, I do see a voice that is naturally wonderfully tuned, but not perfect. Look at this area here. Like that's, there's a fair bit of movement all around. Not only of the pitch center, but also of the onset and the way the offset is happening. I'll come a bit further down.
All that matters is to be who you are. Be in this moment. Judgments will not last. Urge yourself again to claim back your.
So even the width of this vibrato is quite like it's nearly over a full tone. And also you can see this drift here in this last note. See how the note drifts as she decrescendos and the air dies off, and as with it the pitch naturally just falls off. Not to a point where you as a listener go, "Oh, that's out of tune." No, but it's relatively human, because what would happen in pitch adjustment software, it would just raise that up a little bit. What I want to do, just very quickly, just so I can show you the video that I have taken this from, I'll leave the links in the description section below to both. Have a listen to... So this is the fandom, the fan cam video from the night before. Okay, so we're not going to listen to any more of that. I just wanted to show you that to show you, yeah, this is a fan cam video. Now what I want to do is, what I've got on screen now is the Melodyne look at that stem separated vocal. So you can see, that drifting up.
There is no class. All that matters is to be who you
So let's just have a look at that section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back in the other vocal, and I'm going to, so the one at the bottom, this one here. So the one here at the bottom is the recorded version, and the one at the top is the live version, the fan cam. So you can see this top version, it's just as accurate, yeah, as the recorded version.
Be in this moment, judgments will not lie.
And such similar movement in the way the vibrato takes place as well. They're not exactly the same because they were recorded on different nights. And so we would expect to see differences.
Urge yourself again to claim back your life.
And so this top one, again, the live version, the bottom one is the recorded version. I think the evidence that I'm looking for, you can leave your comments below, suggests to me that if there's been any pitch tuning go on, it's incredibly transparent to the point where it's I don't hear it as and see it as being detectable to my knowledge. You could have more refined skills in your forensic analysis than I do. That's not to say that there hasn't been any post-production work going. Of course there has been. Of course there has been. It's just that what we can see is that the singer, if I turn that one off and just turn this one back on, this is the fan cam. The singer is wonderfully, we know there's nothing going on in the production of that one because that was just shot from a handheld phone, I would think. And yet look at how beautifully accurate. We can see the inaccuracy there. She doesn't kind of get to her target note. But yeah, so in this instance, I would think that we're not seeing any post-production of a tuning going on. Can I just make the point? Does that then mean that Epica or ones like them, Nightwish, never use tuning? No, we can't say that. And which is why it'll be worthwhile seeking out FanCam in the future to do these sorts of analyses, because just because it's not used on one does not mean it's not used on another. We can't, every recording is different and goes through a different process. And because the technology is becoming so good, it's able to do some tuning work where it's necessary, some spit and polish, but leave in place a lot of those wonderful human nuances that create that transparency. This word transparency I use a lot in regards to pitch correction because we can use these tools now and leave it not sounding robotic. It still sounds wonderfully human, but it's been worked on in post. I hope that was helpful. Let's jump back into the recording. The light show is just... Lovely modulation.
Someday you have to reach for new endeavors to perceive your inner self. Someday you start to live your life.
Oh, that movement up into that note. I just want to go and have a look at that.
To perceive your inner self. Someday you start to live your life.
This note here, the way she sort of travels up but maintains that H2, that clarity of tone, the way she just lifts up to it and then lands on this lovely vibrato of 53, 53 cents, 5.2 hertz, just bang on in that beautiful sort of classical vibrato mode. Have a look here. I think this is interesting. So you can see here the note, but look at the mean average of the note, how it drifts sharp. Again, just another indicator, I think, of not tuning in post, because that mean value, like if I take that off and take that off, have a look at that, how that moves sharp there in the pitch. That's the mean average of the note. If I turn the note back on, that would be flattened out with pitch tuning, but we don't see that. We see this sort of note floating sharp ever so slightly, to the point where the ear doesn't actually hear that in the flow of the performance. Yeah, she's just so good. You know what? My homework, I haven't, my research. Leave your comments below. Who is the female vocal in this? Who's taking on the distorted vocal values? Leave your comments below. Educate me. Who is it? Because do you know what? I didn't unearth that in my research. There's a guitar solo coming up. Here it is, which is awesome. Come on. How good are they? Yeah. The room is going off. Just one small comment, because this is going to play out in a sec. Isn't it fascinating to watch Simone in this instance? Because I know we've seen examples that play contrast to what I'm about to say, but she's not doing a lot on stage. She's really allowing and this shows such maturity as a performer, she's allowing everything else that's going on about her, not only the audio landscape, the orchestration, the orchestra, the choir, the ensemble, the backing vocals, the rhythm section, but also the lighting and the visual and the pyrotechnics. She doesn't have to be more than she is being. And as a result, she holds focus. Such mature performance. So much maturity. Oh, so good. Wow.
Thank you, Epica.
So big. So big. So cool. Respect. Respect. So very good. I hope you've enjoyed today's live, I wanted to say live analysis. Well, it was live in the sense that I did record it live, but vocal analysis. Hope you've enjoyed it today. If you have, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. We do these analysis every week. So I hope you'll take the moment to join us again in the future. I do look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.